In a quiet town surrounded by rolling hills and whispering trees, a young man named Aiden sat on the porch of his small home, feeling a heavy weight in his chest. The sun was setting, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, but Aiden didn't feel the warmth of the evening. Instead, he felt cold and alone. His closest friend, Mia, had moved away several weeks ago, and since then, the world seemed a little grayer. Aiden and Mia had been inseparable since childhood. They shared secrets, dreams, and countless adventures. Whether they were climbing trees, exploring the woods, or simply talking for hours about their hopes for the future, they had always found joy in each other's company. But now, with Mia gone, Aiden felt like a ship lost at sea, drifting without direction. He picked up his phone and stared at it, thinking about all the times they had laughed and made plans for the future. They had talked about traveling together, starting new adventures, and supporting each other no matter what happened. But now, those dreams felt distant and unreal. He missed her smile, her laughter, and the way she always knew how to lift his spirits. Aiden sighed and glanced at the clock. It was late afternoon, and he knew Mia was probably settling into her new life. He thought about texting her, but a wave of uncertainty washed over him. What if she was too busy to respond? What if she didn't want to talk to him anymore? The fear of rejection held him back, and he put the phone down, feeling more alone than ever. As he sat on the porch, memories flooded his mind. He remembered the last day they spent together before she moved. They had gone to their favorite spot by the river, a place filled with laughter and shared dreams. They promised to stay in touch and visit each other, but now those promises felt fragile and uncertain. I wish I could reach out, Aiden whispered to himself, feeling the weight of his sadness. I wish things were different. Days turned into weeks, and Aiden found himself stuck in a routine. He went to work, came home, and spent his evenings alone. He tried to distract himself with hobbies, but nothing filled the void Mia had left behind. He often imagined her in her new place, meeting new friends, and living her life while he remained stuck in the past. One evening, as he sat at his desk, Aiden noticed a small box in the corner of his room. It was filled with mementos from their time-together photos, notes, and little trinkets they had collected over the years. He opened it, and a wave of nostalgia washed over him. Each item told a story, a reminder of the bond they shared. As he sifted through the contents, he came across a note Mia had written him on his birthday. No matter where life takes us, we'll always be connected. You're my best friend, Aiden. Remember that. Her words struck a chord deep within him, igniting a spark of hope. I can't let fear hold me back, Aiden thought, feeling a surge of determination. He grabbed his phone and opened the messaging app. His fingers hovered over the screen as he contemplated what to say. Finally, he took a deep breath and began typing. Hey, Mia. It's Aiden. I've been thinking about you a lot. I miss you. How is everything going? He hit send, his heart racing as he waited for a response. Minutes felt like hours, but finally his phone buzzed. Hey, Aiden. I miss you too. Things are good here, just busy with settling in. How are you? Relief washed over him, and he quickly typed back. They exchanged messages back and forth, sharing stories about their lives. Mia told him about her new job, the people she had met, and how she was exploring the city. Aiden felt a warmth spreading in his chest as they laughed and reminisced about old times. As the conversation flowed, Aiden realized how much he missed this connection. Despite the distance, it felt like no time had passed at all. They made plans to video chat the following weekend, and Aiden felt a renewed sense of hope. That night, as he lay in bed, he couldn't help but smile. He had taken a step toward reconnecting with Mia, and it felt good. He understood that maintaining their friendship would require effort, but he was willing to put in the work. Over the next few weeks, Aiden and Mia continued to talk regularly. They shared their daily lives, offered support, and even made plans for a visit. Aiden felt lighter, as if a weight had been lifted from his shoulders. He realized that friendships could endure even the greatest distances, as long as both people were willing to invest in them. With each conversation, Aiden felt more empowered. He began to focus on his own life, exploring new hobbies and meeting new people. He even started training in martial arts, a passion he had always wanted to pursue. He found strength in himself that he didn't know existed, inspired by the bond he shared with Mia. One day, as he practiced in the dojo, Aiden thought about his journey. He felt like a warrior preparing for battle, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, just as he had felt when he faced Lysara, the immortal warrior queen, in a dream. She had spared him, recognizing his potential, and now he was embracing his own strength. As he continued to grow, Aiden knew he wanted to share this journey with Mia. He wanted her to see how far he had come, how he had transformed his sadness into strength. Finally, the day of their visit arrived. Aiden was nervous, but excited as he prepared to welcome Mia back into his life. When she arrived, they hugged tightly, and Aiden felt the warmth of her presence fill the emptiness he had felt for so long. "Welcome back, warrior queen," he said playfully, recalling their childhood games. Mia laughed, her eyes sparkling. "And you've become quite the warrior yourself." In that moment, Aiden realized that their connection was unbreakable. They had both grown, but the bond they shared was still strong. No matter where life took them, they would always find their way back to each other. As they settled into their friendship once more, Aiden felt a sense of hope and belonging. He had faced his fears and fought for what mattered most. The journey had not been easy, but it had made him stronger, just like the immortal warrior queen who had inspired him. Together, they would continue to grow, conquer challenges, and forge a new path filled with adventure and laughter. After Mia's visit, Aiden felt a renewed sense of purpose. Their time together had reminded him of the bond they shared, but now that she was gone again, the distance felt heavy once more. He sat on his porch, looking out at the sunset, the colors vibrant yet tinged with sadness. The laughter they shared echoed in his mind, but the silence that followed her departure felt deafening. Aiden picked up his phone, scrolling through their recent messages. They had talked about everything: her new job, the sights she had seen, and even the challenges of moving to a new city. But now, each message felt like a reminder of the distance between them. He wanted to reach out again, to bridge that gap, but fear gripped him. What if he was bothering her? What if she was too busy to reply? He took a deep breath, trying to shake off the anxiety. "I can't let fear stop me," he thought. "I need to take action." Remembering the way Mia had encouraged him to pursue his passions, Aiden decided it was time to do just that. He wanted to reconnect, not just through texts and calls, but in a way that showed he was serious about their friendship. The next day, Aiden woke up with a plan. He would send Mia a care package filled with things that reminded him of their time together. It would be a gesture of love and friendship, a tangible way to show he was thinking of her. He smiled at the thought, feeling a spark of excitement. He headed to the local store, gathering items that held meaning. He found a small notebook, just like the one they used to write down their dreams and goals. He picked up a box of her favorite chocolates, some colorful pens, and a few pictures from their adventures. Each item he chose felt like a piece of their connection, and with each addition to the box, he felt lighter. Once he had everything, Aiden returned home and carefully arranged the items in the box. He wrote a heartfelt note, expressing how much he missed her and how grateful he was for their friendship. "No matter the distance, you're always in my heart," he wrote, feeling a sense of warmth spread through him. With the package ready, Aiden made his way to the post office, feeling a mix of nervousness and hope. He dropped it off, watching as the clerk took it away. This will reach her, he thought, a smile creeping onto his face. He had taken the first step towards reconnecting, and it felt empowering. Over the next few days, Aiden focused on his training at the dojo. He immersed himself in martial arts, finding strength in each movement. The lessons were tough, and sometimes he felt like giving up, but he remembered what Mia had said, "You can do anything you set your mind to." With her words echoing in his mind, he pushed through the challenges. Every time he stepped into the dojo, he felt like a warrior preparing for battle. He learned to strike with precision, to defend with confidence, and to embrace the strength within him. Each drop of sweat became a reminder of his growth, and he felt a sense of pride in his progress. One evening, after a particularly intense training session, Aiden returned home, exhausted but exhilarated. He flopped onto the couch and picked up his phone, eager to check for any messages from Mia. Nothing. A pang of disappointment hit him, but he quickly reminded himself that she was busy adjusting to her new life. That night, Aiden couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned, thoughts racing through his mind. He wondered if Mia had received the package. Did she appreciate the gesture? What was she thinking? It was hard not to feel anxious, but he knew he had to trust their bond. As the weeks passed, Aiden felt a transformation within himself. He was no longer the same person who had watched Mia leave with a heavy heart. Each day at the dojo filled him with new strength and purpose. But despite his growing confidence, he still felt a pang of loneliness whenever he thought about her. The distance between them lingered in his mind, and he yearned to reconnect in a deeper way. One sunny afternoon, Aiden finished his training session and sat outside the dojo, drinking water and catching his breath. The sun warmed his skin, and the sounds of laughter filled the air as other students chatted nearby. Yet, despite the lively atmosphere, Aiden felt an emptiness. He missed sharing moments like these with Mia, laughing together and encouraging each other. He pulled out his phone and looked at the last message they exchanged. They had talked about everything: his training, her new job, and even shared silly memes. But Aiden wanted to do more than just text. He wanted to show her how much she meant to him, to share his journey in a way that felt tangible. But how could he do that from so far away? Suddenly, an idea struck him. What if he documented his training? He could create videos and send them to her. It would not only show her how he was growing, but also allow her to feel a part of his life. He could even ask her to share her own experiences in return. Excitement bubbled within him as he imagined how meaningful it would be to connect through their passions. That evening, Aiden gathered his thoughts and set up a small camera in his room. He explained his plan to Mia in a video message. "Hey, Mia. I wanted to share my training journey with you. I'm learning so much, and I'd love for you to see it. Maybe you can share your own adventures too." He smiled, feeling a rush of hope as he hit send. The next day, he received a reply. Mia's face appeared on the screen, her smile bright and warm. "Aiden, this is such a cool idea. I can't wait to see your progress. I'll send you videos of my new experiences too." Her enthusiasm fueled Aiden's determination. They were creating a new way to reconnect, one that would bring them closer despite the distance. Aiden began recording his training sessions regularly. He focused on mastering different techniques, sharing his struggles and victories in each video. He would show the sweat on his brow after an intense workout, the satisfaction of perfecting a move, and even the moments of doubt when he felt like giving up. Each video was filled with honesty, and he hoped Mia would feel his dedication. As he practiced, Aiden drew strength from the idea of sharing his journey with Mia. He pushed himself harder, embracing the challenges of his training. He learned to punch with precision, to kick with power, and to move with grace. The dojo became a second home, and his instructors praised his progress. Aiden felt like a warrior on a quest, training for a great battle, and Mia was his inspiration. After a few weeks, Aiden sent another video, this time showing off a new technique he had mastered. "I did it! I finally got the kick right," he exclaimed, his excitement palpable. He ended the video with a heartfelt message. "I really miss you, Mia. I hope you're doing great. Can't wait to see your videos." The following days were filled with anticipation. Aiden practiced hard, always eager to receive a reply from Mia. When her messages came in, he felt a rush of joy. She shared her own experiences, showing him her new favorite places in the city and the challenges she faced at her job. Each video felt like a thread weaving their lives closer together. One day, Aiden received a message that took him by surprise. "I've been thinking about visiting soon. I want to see you and your dojo," Mia wrote, her excitement shining through the screen. Aiden's heart raced. He couldn't believe it. The thought of seeing her again filled him with happiness. "Really? That would be amazing. I can't wait to show you everything," he replied quickly, his fingers dancing over the screen. The idea of reconnecting in person filled him with hope. They could train together, just like old times, and share their growth side by side. As the days passed, Aiden prepared for Mia's visit. He practiced even harder, wanting to impress her with how much he had grown. He wanted to show her the warrior he was becoming. He cleaned the dojo, set up a space for her to train, and even picked up some snacks he knew she loved. Finally, the day arrived. Aiden stood at the entrance of the dojo, his heart racing with excitement and nerves. He had been counting down the days, and now it was finally happening. When he saw Mia step out of the car, his heart soared. She looked just like he remembered, with her bright smile and the same spark in her eyes. "Aiden," she called, running toward him. They embraced tightly, and Aiden felt a rush of warmth. It was as if no time had passed at all. "I'm so glad to be here," she said, pulling back to look at him. "Me too. You have to see what I've been working on." Aiden led her inside the dojo, showing her around with pride. He demonstrated some of the techniques he had learned, his energy infectious. Mia watched with admiration, clapping and cheering him on. "You've come so far. I'm so proud of you," she exclaimed, her encouragement lifting his spirits even higher. They spent the day training together, laughing and sharing stories. Aiden felt alive, filled with joy and gratitude for the friendship they shared. Each moment felt like a celebration of their bond, a testament to the strength they had both cultivated. As the sun began to set, they sat outside the dojo, watching the sky change colors. Aiden turned to Mia, feeling a sense of peace wash over him. "I'm really glad you came. I missed you so much," he said, his voice sincere. "I missed you too, Aiden. You've grown so much, and it inspires me." "I want to keep sharing our journeys," Mia replied, her eyes shining. Aiden smiled, realizing that their connection had deepened in ways he never imagined. They had both taken steps to bridge the distance, and it had brought them closer than ever. In that moment, Aiden understood that their friendship was like a warrior's bond, forged through challenges and triumphs. They had both faced their fears and fought for their connection, proving that distance could never truly separate them. With hope in their hearts and the spirit of warriors, Aiden and Mia looked forward to whatever adventures awaited them, ready to face the future together. No matter where life took them, they knew they would always find their way back to each other, side by side, as friends and as warriors. After Mia's visit, Aiden felt a renewed sense of purpose. The time they spent together reminded him of the strength of their friendship, and he was determined to keep that connection alive. However, as the days turned into weeks again, the distance began to creep back in, casting a shadow over his heart. Aiden found himself missing Mia's laughter, her encouragement, and the way she always knew how to lift his spirits. One evening, while practicing at the dojo, Aiden felt a wave of sadness wash over him. He had been pushing himself hard in training, but without Mia there to share his progress, he felt a little lost. After finishing his workout, he sat on the mat, exhausted and frustrated. Why is it so hard to maintain this connection? He wondered aloud as he caught his breath. Aiden remembered how Mia had supported him during tough times. She had always believed in him, reminding him of his strength and potential. I need to channel that energy, he thought, determination sparking within him. I can't let fear hold me back again. The next day, Aiden decided to send Mia a heartfelt video message. He wanted to share his feelings honestly, to let her know how much she meant to him. He set up his camera and spoke from the heart. Hey, Mia, I've been feeling a bit distant again, and I miss you. I realize how important our friendship is to me. I want to keep sharing our journeys, no matter how far apart we are. He ended the video with a smile, hoping his sincerity would reach her. After sending it, he felt a sense of relief. He had taken a step toward bridging the gap between them, and it felt good. Days passed, and Aiden continued to train hard. He focused on improving his skills, using the dojo as an outlet for his emotions. Each punch and kick became a way to express his feelings, to push through the sadness and emerge stronger. But still, he couldn't shake the feeling of longing for Mia's presence. One evening, while practicing a difficult move, Aiden lost his balance and fell hard onto the mat. Pain shot through his ankle, and he winced, frustration boiling inside. Why can't I get this right? He muttered to himself, feeling defeated as he sat on the mat, nursing his ankle. He thought about how Mia would encourage him in moments like this. You're stronger than you think, Aiden, she would say, her voice echoing in his mind. He took a deep breath, trying to channel her spirit. I can't give up, he whispered, pushing himself back to his feet. The next day, a message from Mia arrived, brightening his spirits. Aiden, I loved your video. It made me feel so connected to you. I'm here for you, no matter what. Let's keep sharing our journeys. Her words filled him with hope, reminding him that their friendship was a two-way street. Aiden decided to take her words to heart. He would not only share his struggles, but also encourage her in return. He began sending her messages about his training progress, but he also asked her about her challenges at work. What's been the toughest part of your new job? I want to hear everything. He typed, his heart racing with excitement. Their conversations grew deeper as they took turns sharing their experiences. Aiden learned about the pressures Mia faced in her new job, and he offered words of encouragement. As the seasons changed, Aiden felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He and Mia had been sharing their journeys through video messages for months, growing closer despite the distance. Yet, a part of him still longed for more. He wanted to see her face-to-face again, to train together and to share their dreams in person. But with Mia living far away, the reality of their situation weighed on him. One evening, after an intense training session at the dojo, Aiden sat on the mat, wiping the sweat from his brow. He thought about how far he had come in his martial arts journey, but he also felt like something was missing. He missed Mia's presence and her encouragement. The phone buzzed beside him, interrupting his thoughts. It was a message from Mia. Hey, Aiden. I've been thinking about you. How's training going? I miss you. A smile spread across Aiden's face, but it quickly faded. He wanted to tell her everything about how he was getting stronger, but he also wanted to share the struggles he faced without her by his side. Instead, he typed back, "It's going great. I'm learning a lot. I miss you too." After sending the message, he stared at the screen, feeling a familiar sense of longing. He wanted to share more than just words. He wanted to show her his progress, to let her see how much he had grown. But there was something else nagging at him, a feeling of inadequacy. He worried that he might not be good enough to impress her anymore. A few days later, Aiden received a video message that filled him with anticipation. He opened it eagerly, and there was Mia, looking vibrant and full of life. "Hey, Aiden. I wanted to share something with you," she said, her eyes shining. "I've been challenged at work lately. I had to give a presentation to my team, and I was so nervous. But I remembered your words about perseverance and decided to go for it. I did it. I faced my fear." Aiden felt a surge of pride as he watched her. "That's amazing, Mia. I'm so proud of you." He replied in a message, but deep down he felt a pang of jealousy. She was conquering her challenges while he struggled with his own doubts. Later that evening, as he practiced his kicks at the dojo, Aiden couldn't shake the feeling of inadequacy. He pushed himself harder, hoping to prove to himself that he could be as brave as Mia. But the more he trained, the more he felt the weight of his insecurities. Then a thought struck him. What if he faced a challenge of his own? Something that would test his skills and courage, just like Mia had with her presentation. He decided to enter a local martial arts competition. It would be a chance to show Mia his progress and prove to himself that he was capable of great things. Aiden signed up for the competition, but as the date approached, his excitement turned into anxiety. What if he failed? What if he didn't perform well? Doubts clouded his mind, and he found it hard to sleep at night. He remembered how Mia had faced her fears, and he tried to channel that courage, but the fear of failure loomed larger. The night before the competition, Aiden recorded a video message for Mia. "Hey, Mia. I'm entering a martial arts competition tomorrow. I'm really nervous, but I want to show you how far I've come. I hope I can make you proud." He hit send and felt a mix of hope and fear. The next day, as Aiden arrived at the competition venue, his heart raced. The gym was filled with people, and the energy was electric. He watched other competitors warming up, their confidence shining. Aiden felt small and unsure. He found a quiet corner to practice his moves, but doubt crept in again. What if I don't do well? What if I embarrass myself? He thought, feeling overwhelmed. Just then, he received a message from Mia. "Good luck, Aiden. I believe in you. Remember, it's not about winning. It's about showing your strength and spirit." Her words resonated deep within him. Aiden took a deep breath, closing his eyes for a moment. He remembered the countless hours he had spent training, the dedication he had poured into each movement. He thought about their friendship, how they had both faced their fears, and how much he wanted to make her proud. When his name was called, Aiden stepped onto the mat, heart pounding in his chest. The audience cheered, and he felt a rush of adrenaline. He faced his opponent, a skilled martial artist with years of experience. The referee signaled the start, and Aiden focused on his breathing as they began to spar. Aiden felt the tension melt away. He moved with confidence, recalling the techniques he had practiced. He dodged and struck, feeling the rhythm of the fight. With each move, he let go of his doubts, concentrating on the present moment. He could hear the cheers of the audience, but all he could focus on was the fight in front of him. Despite the skill of his opponent, Aiden held his ground. He felt strong and capable, as if he were channeling the spirit of a warrior. In the final moments of the match, he executed a powerful kick, landing it perfectly. The referee called the match, and Aiden stood there, breathless but exhilarated. Though he didn't win the competition, he felt a surge of pride. He had faced his fears and fought with everything he had. When he stepped off the mat, he knew he had accomplished something significant. That evening, Aiden recorded a video for Mia, excitement bubbling within him. "I did it. I entered the competition and faced my fears. I didn't win, but I feel like a warrior. Thank you for always believing in me." A few days later, Mia replied with tears of joy in her eyes. "Aiden, I'm so proud of you. You faced your challenge, and that's what matters. I can't wait to hear more about it." Aiden felt a warmth spread through him as he read her message. They had both faced their challenges head-on, proving that distance didn't diminish their bond. They were each other's warriors, inspiring one another to rise above their fears. In that moment, Aiden realized that their friendship was a powerful force in his life. They had both fought their battles, and together they could conquer anything. With renewed hope and strength, Aiden looked forward to the future, eager to continue supporting Mia and sharing their journeys. They were warriors, and nothing could break their bond. As the days turned into weeks, Aiden felt the distance between him and Mia growing heavier. Despite their regular messages and video calls, the absence of her laughter and encouragement in person left an emptiness in his heart. He had been training hard at the dojo, pushing himself to be stronger, but without Mia there to witness his progress, his motivation sometimes wavered. One evening after a long day of practice, Aiden sat on the steps of the dojo, watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of pink and orange. He thought about how proud he had been to share his journey with Mia. Each video message he sent was filled with excitement about his training, but he longed for the moments they used to share, laughing after training, helping each other with techniques, or simply sitting together and dreaming about the future. He pulled out his phone and scrolled through old photos of them smiling at the camera, arms around each other, reminders of happier times. A wave of sadness washed over him. "I wish I could just see her," he whispered to himself. "I want to show her how far I've come." Then an idea sparked in his mind. What if he challenged himself to do something big, something that would not only show Mia how much he had grown, but also give him a chance to reconnect in a meaningful way? He remembered how Mia had faced her presentation at work with courage. It inspired him to take a leap of faith. Aiden decided to enter a local martial arts tournament. This would be his chance to showcase everything he had learned and to feel that rush of excitement again. He envisioned Mia cheering him on from the sidelines, her smile encouraging him to fight harder. But with the tournament just a few weeks away, he felt a knot of anxiety in his stomach. What if he wasn't good enough? What if he failed? That night, he recorded a video message for Mia. "Hey, Mia. I'm entering a martial arts tournament soon. I'm really nervous, but I want to show you how much I've improved. I hope you're proud of me." He hit send, his heart racing. He wanted her to feel his determination, even from afar. The next day, Aiden received a reply from Mia. "Wow, Aiden. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Remember, it's not just about winning. It's about pushing yourself and facing your fears. You can do this." Her words filled him with hope and determination. He could almost hear her voice in his mind, cheering him on. As the tournament date approached, Aiden trained harder than ever. He woke up early to practice, spent extra hours at the dojo, and focused on mastering every technique. He felt like a warrior preparing for battle, fueled by the thought of Mia's encouragement. Each day, he reminded himself of her words about perseverance. "I can do this," he repeated to himself, visualizing the moment he would step onto the mat. However, doubt sometimes crept in. One evening, after an especially tough training session, Aiden sat on the mat, feeling overwhelmed. The pressure to perform well in the tournament weighed heavily on him. What if I don't do well? What if I embarrass myself? He thought. Frustration bubbling up inside. Just then, he received another message from Mia. Aiden, I know you're nervous, but you've trained so hard. Just remember that I believe in you. No matter what happens, you're already a winner in my eyes. Her words pierced through his doubts, reigniting his determination. The day of the tournament arrived, and Aiden felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. The venue buzzed with energy, filled with competitors and spectators. As he warmed up, he watched other fighters sparring, their confidence radiating. Aiden felt a knot in his stomach.